This is a story that's gotten more attention lately, but still less than it deserves. It says, desperate mothers across the U.S. have been forced to buy formula they know will make their babies sick as the country grapples with a shortage that has left shelves bare and has caused prices to skyrocket to $120 a can. $120 a can. I mean, think about getting into your car to drive to the grocery store. You got to put gas in your car for $4.50 a gallon or whatever it is now. And then you're driving to the store and you're paying $120 a can for baby formula. This is simply not a sustainable way to live for most Americans. Winter Balthrop of Gallatin, Tennessee says she broke down inside her car after driving to 6 stores and calling others as far as 3 hours away, only to receive the same answer, which is that the specific formula that her baby needs and tolerates was out of stock. When it dawned on her that she would have to feed her baby girl Blakely non-hypoallergenic formula, she knew she would make her stomach sick. The new mother burst into tears, and then they give many other examples of this. Major retailers such as CVS, Walgreens, and Target have limited in-store and online purchases to up to 3 per buyer, as parents have raised concerns that many are hoarding the already hard-to-find formulas. This is something I've noticed myself. I was at Walgreens yesterday, in fact, and they had the formula behind the counter, behind glass. And I watched somebody come in and they got their ration of formula. So we are now in a position of baby formula rationing. And now we're not in the market for baby formula, but this is something, and you know, when I go to buy diapers, you see it as well. The shelves are almost entirely bare. And this is a real crisis. So much so that I'm not exactly sure what you do as a parent. Now, I know that there's some people that have commented and said, well, there's a free alternative to formula, which is breastfeeding. And obviously, yes, but some mothers can't breastfeed, for various different physical, medical reasons. They don't have enough supply. There could also be, there are plenty of mothers that actually have to work, especially given the state of the economy right now. And so what do you do in that situation when you can't find formula? We were in that position with, even though my wife's a stay-at-home mom, with our twins, just because of supply issues and other things, we had to supplement. We had no choice. We had to supplement the breastfeeding with baby formula. And especially with twins, we bought a lot of it. And I know from experience that babies have, very specific needs when it comes to that. And you're going to find a certain kind of formula that they need. If you try to give them something else, they're going to have gas, they're going to get colicky, they're going to be up all night screaming. And this is what people are facing. Just one. This is one of the major crises gripping the country right now. And it is a crisis. And I think it should tell you something, that although it's a crisis, when this is food for infants that we're running out of, although it is a crisis, there's not a whole lot being said about it, especially from the corporate media. I mean, they're paying lip service to it because they have to. They went a while without reporting it at all. Now they're reporting it because they have no choice. But they're mostly trying to ignore it. And part of the reason for ignoring it, obviously, is that it makes Biden look really bad. It's just yet another major problem that we're facing since Biden came into office. And they don't want to do that because he's their guy. But I think it's also just that for a lot of people on the left, especially if they're childless, they just don't feel they don't really feel anything about a baby formula shortage. In fact, for a lot of them, they're more outraged about college-educated adults having to pay their loans, their student loans, than about babies not having enough food to eat. Have we heard anything from the squad about the baby formula problem? Because we've heard a whole lot about the poor 30-year-old college graduates with graduate degrees who now have to pay their student loans back. And what a crisis that is. What about infant children that can't eat because they don't have enough food? Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Matt Walsh Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there so you can stay up to date on all of our future content.